I'm Sarah.
And I'm Fizza. And this is Body Image.
So basically in this video we're just going to talk about how society pressures women to look a certain way, especially on social media, and basically just say that just because you don't look a certain way it's deemed as being unhealthy or out of shape, and just trying to change it.
And we are here to redefine the idea of body image and what it means to have a good body.
So I asked quite a few people about their insecurities and what they like about themselves, and all the answers were pretty similar, so we got a lot. So people liked the lips, the eyes, the hair and the voice. People disliked the nose, hands, stomach, height and arms. And I've found that quite a lot of people like about themselves is actually on the face, and they dislike their bodies.
I feel you.
So I have a question. So how have you been affected by how society thinks a woman should look, and how has that affected either what you buy or what you think about yourself?
I think the way society deems you to have a certain body type or a certain body image has made me feel bad about my body because it wasn't in that specific category of what a good one or a perfect one should look like. So it has made me feel bad about myself over the years. It just hasn't had a good impact on me because it's very specific and niche to what you should look like and what's perfect.
People need to realise that not everyone looks like that. People physically aren't born like that. And if you do look like that, then great, good for you. But some people are curvy, some people don't have curves. That's okay.
There's not just one specific type of a good body or what a perfect body should look like. So yeah, you're right, as in society needs to widen the way they look at a person's body, and that's good because of that shape or whatever, and yet others aren't then perfect or good because they don't fit into that specific narrow category. So a question that I have is how culture actually plays a part in the way a woman or a man dresses and is perceived to look, and kind of their body image, and how culture plays a role into society's ideologies. For example, within my culture, women are more perceived to kind of hide their bodies, not show them as much. And for some people that's great. People feel empowered in different ways. Sometimes, having more clothes, more layers, or covering your body is more empowering. But I think for some people, sometimes that makes them feel more bad about themselves because they're not allowed to show it. And so it kind of questions yourself as in, why can't I show it? Is it because it looks bad? Is it because it's not the right shape? Is it because, I don't know, there's a mark or a bruise or what? Do you know what I mean? So it kind of makes you question yourself. And also over the years, from personal experience, it makes you more insecure about your body and yourself. And so sometimes the way culture looks at it can really have a negative impact on ourselves and the way we see ourselves, which really it shouldn't.
You see, what I find funny is, your culture, you've got to hide and wear stuff that doesn't show your body shape. But yet then in my culture, it's seen as weird if a girl does that. So me, I literally lived in baggy band t-shirts for as long as I can remember, and like I said, they are large and extra large, and I've got hoodies that are even extra large, but that's seen as me not being ladylike, or I need to embrace my body. And I've literally had people tell me before that I need to show it off, and that there's no point hiding. But then on the other side of it, you also see girls that are comfortable in their bodies and do wear shorts or a vest top or anything, and then they're seen as being provocative, and it's just, you can't win.
There's just, it fits into like so many stereotypes, and it's like either way people will judge you for that. Either way people will have something to say, something bad to say, either side.
Speaking of stereotypes, have you ever been affected by stereotypes? Like, has anyone ever said anything to you and it's like stuck?
I don't really have any stereotypes. I'm like trying to think.
Well, what about, so has anyone ever like said anything like negative to you and it's like stuck with you? See, right, don't you find that's weird? So if someone will say something bad to you, and that can stick with you for years and ages, and you'll never forget, and you'll always think that about yourself. But yeah, if someone says something good to you, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like we tend to focus on the bad rather than the good. It's like that's the way our mind works. Like you just focus on the bad specifically, even if it's one person. Those words like stick with you forever.
What about like expectations as such then? Have you ever had to, or like been affected by expectations, and if so, how have you overcome it?
Expectations. I mean, I have my expectations within my culture. Wearing traditional clothes, specifically. Like, because majority of the time I do wear English clothes and stuff. And if I do wear an Asian traditional clothing or something, like the other day I wore one and I went outside and my dad was like, "Oh, you're wearing an Asian clothes, are you? Oh, I've never seen you wear one." I was like, yeah, I am. Alright. And it's like they don't expect it. And it's just like, they're like, "Whoa, she's wearing Asian clothes." Like, what? Do you mind? Like, I can wear what I want to wear.
Like, make a massive deal out of it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you just want to wear what you're comfortable in. It's nothing to do with, culture or anything like that. I just wear whatever I feel comfortable in and whatever I feel I look good in.
But you do look good.
Thank you.
Okay. That's it as well, like age, because we are like teenagers.
Yeah.
And it's like, especially I'd say, because so obviously this will play different cultures now. Like for my 18th, I went out drinking, and not for me. Don't like it. Would not recommend it. But like there was a lot. Like when I wore, what did I wear? I wore black jeans, black skinny jeans. I think I wore my Vans and a black t-shirt, which it was a fitted t-shirt, so I was already a bit out of my comfort zone because it emphasised certain areas which I don't like. And it was like, I wore that, and like just like it felt like, no one said anything to me because obviously my family are like, you wear whatever, like be comfortable. But I mean, but I have had people say to me before that that's not clothes that you go out in. That to go out you're supposed to dress up, and it's like that was me dressing up.
Yeah, innit.
And it's like that you're like, I think this links to stereotypes again, but like it links with like the stereotype of going out and dressing up, and like there's the girls that will leave very little to the imagination. It's like, fair dues for them. You want to dress like that, you dress like that. But if girls don't want to dress like that, don't shame them for it. And like, don't make them feel like they're doing something wrong by doing what they want to do. Like, no one should have the power to be able to say you're dressing wrong.
Like, there's no one way to look good, or one way to look perfect, or one way to look beautiful. Everyone is beautiful and good in their own ways. Like, there shouldn't be one niche specific category for that.
Yeah,
It should be wide and open and varied.
I've seen this quote online, and it says, there's loads of don't say that. It says, there's loads of for God's sake. It says there is loads of different dog breeds, yet we all find them cute. And that's just like with people. Like, people come in all shapes and sizes. And just because, this is also another quote as well, something along the lines of the quote. Just because you don't find yourself beautiful, it's just because you're not your type. So it's like, because like everyone will have their own idea of like a good body.
I'd want like skinnier legs because they're not like jelly.
Well, you see, right? That's what needs to be normalised. Like,
In it.
thighs
Exactly.
have a bit of wobble on them. Like, wobble is normal.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, like when I stand up, my legs aren't particularly straight, but like they'll be like, say like they'll be like this big. But then when I sit down, they'll go to this big. Like,
Yeah.
because you sit down and they're like fat and wobbly bit
Yeah,
that's at the bottom will move, and like that is normal. And oh, right, what annoys me is it's like, do you know, like when pictures on Instagram and it'll be like that, like holiday season, and people will be wearing shorts, and there'll be girls that'll sit there but they'll pose with their legs like a certain way so the fat doesn't come to the front.
Yeah, so the short.
But it's like, it's stuff like that that's feeding into society, doing stuff like that. It's like, normalise it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
whenever I don't pose for photos, I'm not a posy person.
Yeah.
I'll just sit down and my wobble will be out.
Exactly. That is what
it's
everyone
normal.
should do.
And right, and stretch marks, that were another thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, arms, legs, and like my waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I have.
very, don't really like them. I am insecure about them, but we need to understand that everyone probably has them.
You see, right, I was insecure about them, but do you know something, like, once again, a quote, because I'm quite big on my quotes. Tiger stripes.
Oh!
They're just like tiger stripes, and it shows your body growing. Like, stretch marks don't mean you're fat. It just means that your body's grown and your skin just has done that. Like, your skin couldn't have either grown faster, like growth spurts. What's your opinion on exercise?
I think exercise is great.
Huh?
I think exercise is great. I think obviously it's great. It gets your body moving. It gets your heart pumping. Gets your blood pumping, whatever. And yeah, I think it's just your reason for exercising.
A thin or skinny woman exercises, she's seen as like being too vain or too like trying to look good, when she could just be trying to keep healthy, or it could just be part of her routine. Like, you can be skinny and like still, like, you might want to not be skinny, so you might want to build muscle up, just to feel more comfortable in yourself. Like, if I don't think anyone should be pressured to change themselves. So like I dislike my arms, but now I know that I'm doing something about it, I'm not as self-conscious.
Yeah, but that isn't to say that you should like give in to that you should give in to society's expectations and what society says. You should just do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Like, if you want to go on that walk a day, you go on that walk a day. If you want to go for a bike ride, you go for a bike ride. If you want to go on the treadmill, you go on the treadmill.
If you wanna bake a batch of cookies and eat them all yourself, you do that.
Exactly.
I've done that. That's other thing as well. People like it, the stereotype of women being really light and being small. What's your opinion on that? Small, light women.
What do you mean? Well, do you know what I mean? Either side of the spectrum, you just need to be comfortable in yourself and forget about what society is trying to dictate and put a label on you. Ooh, labels. And, put you into a specific category. Like, society needs to stop doing that, basically.
Bodies are made to be, we're not robots, we're humans. We're all supposed to be different. We're all supposed to look different. If we all looked the same, it'd be very boring. I think it sums it up, yeah?
Yay!
Yay! Right, see ya.
See ya!